So hello, here we are. So, live readings in English, eli tulkintaa suomeksi ja englanniksi. Kysymyksiä chattiin, questions in the chat, and the questions are taken in the order how they appear in the chat. So, I'm gonna be here probably an hour or so, and try to answer as many questions as possible. Right? And to get things started, as I have noted before, I take a card per day to get more deeper into the card, and today was the Page of Pentacles. So that gave me some interesting ideas. Again, it's really fun thing to do and gives you a lot of new ideas, and with the cards you are never ready. You can just keep flipping them and checking them, and there's always something new, and if nothing else you change the deck, and I'm using a lot of the Rider White nowadays. So Page of Wands it was. So what I see here is like this page is some younger gentleman pictured in the card, doesn't have to be a man of course, who has received or is receiving the star in the pentacle from the star card, which would be in the upright, it would be in the corner of this when you put the cards around it, which are kind of related to this, which is a really good way to make connections and get new deeper understanding and ideas. So this guy has received the star, or he has received actually also the Wheel of Fortune. This is the Wheel of Fortune he's holding. Hello. And he is stopping the Wheel of Fortune with the star. So basically he's getting hope, and he's getting something maybe even concrete, so he has his own idea and he can go forward with that with a clear indication that he's on the right path and like that. So he's basically a magician. Hello. So basically he's the magician of the Pentacles. So he has manifested this. Hi, let's put glasses on. New glasses, if somebody missed. Took a week, but now I can see and everything. Cynthia Maroto, is it going to be well in the job which I am in? Thank you. They are much better than the ones that had like a clippers from the curtains there, and the other one was just there to balance the things, so that got a bit old already. But Cynthia Maroto, is it going to be well in the job which I am in now? I'm a Cancer, so Cynthia, let's see. How will it be? Okay. Well, in the job which I am. Let's see. Sure, and here it is. So, is it going to be well in the job which I am in? I would say yes, it will be, and I think it has been an opportunity that has come from something that you have managed in the past, and I think this, well, I don't know if these jobs are handed to anyone, but maybe it was even a bit of a surprise, but I think, yeah, at the moment it looks good, it's going good. I think there is things that you have to balance, and I don't know if you have several different duties in this job that requires your time, so you would have to be careful or maybe it was that. So yeah, you would have to be careful that you can manage all your time and keep everything rolling. But I see this that this is could be growing to something bigger, and that there are people looking at you what you are doing, and at the moment they are estimating, and I would think that they are satisfied with your work. And I would think that there is going to be also in the future some trouble with this, in a sense that you might have to keep in mind maybe it's some kind of boss or something, or some person that that if you go against someone, to keep in mind that is it wise then to be right and to win with any cost possible. So I would look out for that. But at the moment I see that it has been like, I think I would say that it probably even pays okay. So I think everything at the moment is fine and it's progressing exactly what you would want to expect from a job, that if this is something you like to do. Looks, for me it looks promising. But I think there is some trouble coming on your way in the future within this. And also it might be about this that yeah, it might do well if you have some problems, if some problems or challenges arrive, to ask for help also. I think they are satisfied, at least for now. I think they see you as a good asset. Let's put it this way: that you have. They see. I think they think you. I see that they think you have potential for the position that you are in. Who knows? Maybe you have so much that you come up with something that is already too much, you know. But I see also that something at the moment is going really good, I think. And they are satisfied, yes. I wouldn't say that. No, this doesn't indicate that you would lose the job, but this indicates that there will be some like a. It could be about principles, or even if you have really much drive doing something, that to keep in mind that maybe in certain situations you shouldn't push it, right? So, but I don't see it doesn't look like that you would be losing, but I think there could be some conflict coming up, and you keep that in mind, that maybe depending if you wanna kind of keep the job or not, is something so important to you that you wanna do it. Yeah, and this is not. I can tell you that this is not the Death card or Ten of Swords. So basically, also, if you run into trouble, ask for help, ask advice. That would be also, well, I say anyway. Yeah, well, that of course it's a transition, and it's a thank you. Well, also I would give you fast advice for this. Is like I wouldn't dwell in your head too much about it in the end, right, Cynthia? That basically, that will not get you anywhere. Well, there might be some kind of conflict, let's put it this way, but I guess in anything, sort of like, even of course it shows here that you're showing promise, but of course everything doesn't always go just smoothly forward. Maybe there's a conflict, and that will bring about new things, but no, I think it's a challenge, it's a conflict, and then you have to see how you feel in the situation, like in a way that, do you want to keep your head and to claim, but I was right, it was like this, or you want to be more like a sort of willing to give up a little bit or something, so like this. But no, I don't see that you're losing the chat, no. But also, like I said, and advice, I would say, like, you are maybe overthinking it, so I wouldn't let it run too much wild in your head either. This work also messes things up. Yes, it does, of course. And then, yeah, well, you can look at it, and there is businesses, some businesses sort of can even gain from this, others lose, but I guess it affects everything. Has been affecting the chat that I was having, and I'm actually yeah, so of course it does. Thank you, Cynthia, and thank you for checking our channel. Come here. But yeah, they have, for example, here you see all the time like food delivery, this Volt, and I don't know if it's international and stuff, but they are bringing people food all the time. Restaurants have been pretty much, at some point they could sell food out, like takeaway, but they couldn't take customers inside in their places, and so it affects a lot, of course. So the bars were closed at some point completely. That would have affected me earlier in my life. Now, no. So, yeah, I guess I guess could be, well, here somebody said, yes, okay. Well, let's take a card for that too. So the problems that could, challenges what would arise. Yeah, they said that couple of next weeks will show that will they cancel Christmas, basically. And I had my sister's name giving party, and we just went to meet her in the parking lot at her place and gave a gift and saw the baby. So, and we are, for example, not really going to the store. I guess we have to go, and we have masks and all that. But okay, let's take some indication what could be the problems in the work going to have. And problems, yeah, conflict. So that can also mean that maybe you are, it doesn't sort of mean immediately a problem. Maybe conflict, of course, can be good. Maybe you bring about something new, or they bring and you don't like it, they don't like it. But let's see, what would be this about? I think there could be that you come up with something that is, maybe you even come up with you see something that is not really done exactly how it's supposed to be, and that can bring about some kind of instability in the situation, and maybe in a way it's not received exactly how you hope for, and here comes basically a card about this, that like traditions and stuff like that. So maybe it's good if you're relatively, I guess you're new in the job, sort of, I would say. But anyway, like, I think I have this impression that if I look at the other cards before, that it's like that you realize something in this that brings out something that is not that there comes some kind of realization for you. So basically, yeah, you kind of clash against the tradition, or there is probably there, like in every workplace, of course, it's like ways to do things, and you maybe come up with something that is somehow doesn't feel good for them, even if it would be a better way. So I think it comes from that. So in a sense, yeah, it's gonna be about with someone who is more higher up than you. But on the other hand, the thing is not a minor thing, but I don't see also that this situation would be something that lasts, like is a permanent thing. So I think, like I said before, is that you might think and you might consider how important this thing is for you. And basically, I guess if it's really important for you and you may start feeling like you cannot work in the place anymore because this is morally totally incorrect, or however you feel, then you leave if they don't see your point. But I think the idea is to, for example, like I said, ask advice for someone you trust, with good sense of business and its rules, sort of. But yeah, I think it's gonna be something that is, they see that it's imbalance, bring up imbalance to the situation. So, yes. Hi, Florella. So that was for Cynthia. Hopefully, I would think that gives some clarity to your situation, right? I'll take some agua. So, good night, and good night to you too. I am Leo. Does Jake? Yeah, and I think it could come. Cynthia, could come down to this also. Just like I said, that when these kind of challenges and things arise, and then you see, is it worth for you to say, come up, be the last one standing and saying, but I was right, if that means that they're gonna kick you out, for example, or is it something you can, like, okay, it's not so important to me. But if it's something fundamental, then you have to estimate when the situation comes, but I wouldn't worry about it too much, because it's like we were discussing before, it's not really like even the problem might not be that it's not really like a fundamental huge issue, but it could be like something that you see that is could work much better, for example. So and like I said, there was not a card that would show that you would lose your job over this. It could be also what I saw in the last cards, that they might also have then that they don't feel so good about you if you bring it up, and you have to wait and see how the situation when it arises. But the advice from this also was that don't play too much in your head. You're gonna just be stuck because maybe you cannot see it before it arises. Okay? So, does Jake White... So, does Jake White Libra like me as a couple? Okay. I'm going to see him this Friday. So, let's see. Let's see what Jake... So, Florella Rodriguez and Leo, does Jake White like me as a couple? I'm going to see him this Friday. You are welcome, Cynthia. And have a good night. Or whatever time you have there. Here is like 22 midnight. Okay, again. Just check why people like me as a couple. Just check. Jake. I would have to say, I think he has other intentions for you. I think he's more like I think there's chemistry between you, and but I don't see that this person would be looking for maybe to have a relationship. Really depends what you want, I guess. Well, if you want to have like someone in a long term, I think this person is not maybe really for the relationship. Let's put it this way, that it's highly indicated here, yes. Or if that has been the case, if you have had relation with this person earlier, that I don't know if you are somehow bound to this person in some way, but I don't see like this moving forward, for example, to a phase that you would be being a couple. At the moment, it doesn't look like that. No. But the very basic is what you sent there, yes. That can be also in there, but otherwise I don't see much of a future for this. And keep in mind that these are not set in stone in these things. They are like clarification for you in your situation, so situations can change, of course. And thank you, Florella, coming to our channel, I guess. Carla Jasmine, solo inglés o finés. Davinia mañana, español. Sorry, I speak so poco Spanish that hablas español muy poco, so no puedo the reading in español. So try tomorrow with Davinia. She's gonna be on. She has her mother language. She's from Madrid, so she speaks very good Spanish, obviously. So you try with her. Or if you can manage something in English, I can try to do my best then to understand and give you a lecture in English. But tomorrow, Davinia, Spanish, I recommend that also. So, Julia J, you're up. So, I'm wondering how things will progress in my current job with B. This is a company. Many thanks. Thank you, Julia J, also coming to see me here and my new glasses. Yeah. Okay, let's see. So, how I wonder things will progress in my current job in with B company. Let's see. I don't know if you changed jobs also like recently, and because the last one was that seemed just too much of a burden, or there was too much things to do for one person. I think it has been earlier with this job or the last one, that there is kind of like maybe too much things to do for one person. I think at the moment that you are managing anyway, and you kind of have to pull out sort of like extra reserve to. Okay, fair enough. Well, it shows here actually this from the past. This is 10 of 1, so it's also end of a cycle, and like that. So yeah, makes sense. So I don't know if you can tire from that, or somehow the new is something, but I see that at the moment looks like for me that it's a bit very physically intense. Okay. Yeah, well, it looks like I was about to say, that at the moment you look like you have to take some extra reserve to manage. But you have what it takes at the moment for this. And how it's gonna progress, I think it's could be because of the bloody COVID thing as well, that you have to little bit juggle with money, or the causes and things could get a little bit rough. The seas can be a little bit rough on this one. So I see some kind of like a things could be also a little bit like kind of stuck. Maybe you kind of have to, I don't know, maybe it's that you not gonna have in the end enough work, or as much as you would need, even money wise, and you might have to little bit juggle what you're gonna do with this. But anyway, I see that the future is a little bit like, it's not out of balance, but it's in a situation that you are juggling, and when you would take balls and you do this, people can do it for a long time, I guess. I remember doing it with my bills and invoices at some point a lot, that I was kind of paying this, so I know that the next one I can pay later, and many things. But this kind of situation is something that then it's not in a foundation that can last for you cannot do it forever. But also what comes sort of like in the process for this, for the future, is the juggling part. So like on my candle as well. So basically yeah, well, I guess that continues. So so I guess that's the point also in this, that probably won't get much better with that thing, or this job, that it is exactly what it is, and you have to kind of juggle with it. Let's see what it says. I would give an advice that you look into yourself, and like you try to find, well, if the motivation is the job, for this job is basically just the money, maybe you can try to find out something from yourself that gives you like more positive vibe about the whole thing. And I think, well, obviously that's gonna make the job easier. Yeah, and everything is about what kind of like how do you feel about things? Because it's even like when you start your day, you hit your toe, you throw accidentally your toothbrush to the toilet, and basically if things start bad, they just keep going bad. So you could try to check if you can find something from this that keeps you gives you some more satisfaction than just the money, and it might give you new ideas also that you kind of find not from the outside, because that's also of course important. It comes from you, and it's for you from you. What an original thing to say, right? So basically, yeah, try to find some positive out of it within yourself. Okay, Carla, Jasmine, and so forth. Now, Jet, MT, Jet. I'm 18. She's Cecilia, 19. Okay, so what is the plan of this person for you? Will she find you in the city of Altamira? Okay. Thank you, Julie J, and have a nice evening and stick around, obviously. Okay, so let's see. Try to search for me in city of Altamira. What is her? What is her? So let's see. Here. I would say yes. Cecilia is gonna try to find you in this. And yeah, it's going to find it now. Sorry, I have to sneeze. Oi, it's the incense, I guess, actually. No flu, anything. Well, it wouldn't transmit it through here anyway. Her intentions, I think she's not quite sure what she kind of wants to make. Thank you. Gracias. Kiitos. I don't know if he has like a sort of, it's like she is, her intentions towards you, at the moment I don't see that it would be very passionate, but she needs to move towards you anyway, and she has something that she has to with your help, that she can clarify for herself. So I think her intentions are like not something really active. And let's see another one for that. I think she needs something from you that she would feel better of herself. Okay? So if you're looking for romance, I am thinking a little bit that might not be the reason why this person is gonna find you, and why what is her intentions. I think she might need help from you with something, and this is for the moment, but I would be very definite that she's trying to search for you and try to find you in the city. I understand. But it could be like, yeah, that she is not quite ready for giving you back this, or if she has it. I think she has her own stuff that she needs to figure out. But at the moment, I think she needs you for something, to solve some problem or something, or to help her, that she can be sort of like okay, or to find a solution with her. So I think she needs some sort of help in the end. So yes, for searching, and the intentions that she is looking for help from you. Hopefully that gives you some clarity. Okay. Fair enough with her. Okay. So so then maybe she wants some closure with that, or maybe there's something and even maybe some practical that she wants to discuss. Maybe she is trying to solve something with you still, that something was unfinished, like many times it can be. And yeah, anyway, she needs help with something. Maybe she needs to ask you something face to face, and that she can be more okay with herself, and who knows where that leads then in the end. Well, and an advice for this situation is that I wouldn't expect really a big celebration out of this. That I think it's could be a little bit more mundane in a way, that maybe it's not really like a celebration and coming together thing. Sorry to say, but this is what I see here. Okay. And thank you, Carol Jasmine, for coming to our channel also. Master. Gracias. Maestro. No. Oh. Yeah. Yeah. Abrazo and hug. It's rather safe nowadays, like virtually, exactly, as well. But best of luck with that, and hope that things clear up and are solved. So P, yes, you may ask a question if you want. And yeah, the questions, you write the questions in the chat, and then I take them in the order as they appear in the chat, and I will take as many as I can. I'm gonna be here for a while still, and all that. You're welcome very much. De nada. Oh. So I can make the reading in English, tai sitten voidaan, jos osaatte suomea, jos löytyy maailmalta tai Suomesta suomen kielellä puhuvia henkilöitä, niin tämän noin tunnin aikana tosiaan ei ole maksua luennoista, vaan tulkintaan veloituksetta. So basically, yeah. And yeah, there is instructions if you want to give a donation. Feel free to do so. It won't skip the line. It don't do any other magic either. We just will appreciate it, and it helps us to keep the channel running and do all sorts of things. So that's one. And if you feel like you would like to have more detailed, more in-depth reading, we do it English, Spanish or Finnish. There's an email address. Send us an email. We set something up. Skype, WhatsApp. We can make it on email. We can make you a link on a video. We'll just figure it out. What will work best for the both parties. And obviously the in-depth one is not going to be free. Now I'm gonna grab myself a drop of coffee, just a second, and stretch my back a little bit. So, and yeah, like I said, myself, I'm taking a card a day to get more deeper into the meanings, make new connections with it. And the cards, like I said, yeah, you know, you have pictures. It does more than 1,000 words one picture. You can make, like, I guess, unlimited connections with this. Of course, you have meanings of the cards, what's generally like accepted what something means, but basically very good thing for yourself is to come up with something that you can tie it with your own situation, your own feeling, and like that. So if you just read about it, it's really like not gonna give you much. And as mentioned before, we have instructions for meditation with Marcel Tarot cards. So far is Finnish, English and Spanish. Hi, Gabriel. So you might want to check that. It can give you a clarity to a situation and feels you relaxed, usually. I have had a lot of interesting experiences with the meditations, and they have given me more. So you can check that. And on our channel, surprisingly, we have instructions. And like I said, the Fool, for example, is very simple. You basically become the Fool. Hey, let go. And it's great fun, actually, as well. So, and there is certain music you should use, a certain candle, certain incense, if you want to. Not mandatory. Basically, what you need is the card, and that will be enough. But for me, for example, it's easier to have the candle, have the incense, have the music. You can use music as a timer, so you kind of get out of the meditation at some point. And basically, well, the Fool is the start. Why not to start with the Fool? Check out the instructions. I'm focusing, Gabriel Pesantes. I'm focusing on myself. What's missing aside? So what's missing aside from divine timing for you to come back to me? So besides, aside of divine timing, okay. Let's see. So Gabriel Pesantes. Divine timing for you to come back to me. Let's see. copy of myself was missing aside from divine diamond for easy to come back to me. What I think is like it has something to do with patience and let the fruit grow when it's ripe. So I think maybe it's about time or patience in that sense. Also, I think if you want this person to come back to you, you would need to you need to sacrifice something, and you need to give up on something. You need to stop and look at yourself also, because I see that maybe at the moment you are looking, but it seems that you have not quite found the light from yourself. No wonder I've been thinking about fun. So I think there is something to do with this. Time is of the essence in a way that you need to give it time. You need to give time, like you said, that you are focusing on yourself. You might want to change your perspective how you are doing this. And the idea is like you cannot reason everything and use logic for everything either. So that could be the thing, that you might have to go to another levels of things. So for example, in this, maybe you should try to make a meditation. But basically, what I think it's like, yeah, you need to try harder to find it. And funny enough, I took this for you. You can look at this. And what you find from this. This is an advice for you. And it talks, for example, about this, the tower. So it also talks about this, the things that are not found in a solid foundation will crumble. You see, there's lightning off even from us, a divine thing. So maybe you need to destroy the old and think of a new, like was said before, right? Then maybe. So it's the tower on right and right deck. You can find it. Yeah. So like we were saying, that you are not, maybe haven't given it enough time. At least for me, I remember with relations, it's been like things, you cannot really hurry certain things. You might need time. Yes, Yakarida, you put a question on the chat and I get to you as soon as possible. So yeah, fair enough. Thank you for coming to the channel. And hey, if you like to really subscribe, it doesn't hurt us. Alright. So, Yakarida future. Oh dear. Humble thanks. I will take some agua a little bit. So, Yakarida future would like to know what will be my next girlfriend like. He is a Leo. Or you are a Leo. Oh, fair enough. I'm Finnish. Maybe it comes from that. So, Anyway, Yakarida future. What will be my next girlfriend like? And Leo. Yeah, I remember the most famous Finnish people speaking English is. I'm very glad to hear that, and tell me how it will progress. And hey, everyone, if you want to send us some feedback or you have whatever you want to say, put us on the email, which is on the screen, the hotmail.com. If you have tell like, hey, this did happened, or you know, it was cool what you said, or hey, what the hell, it didn't happen at all like this, or whatever. We try to, if possible, to answer everyone. Okay, fair enough. But yeah, the Finnish English is at best is like the car was good, but the race was bad. You know, it's like really well. But the Spanish language is kind of help many Finnish people learn it. I guess pretty easy also because it's really, I guess, mostly said how it is. But Finnish people tend to put it, you know, the race was good, but the car was bad. So the race was good, but the car was bad. Yeah, that was like famous Larry, like a rally driver, I suppose. Was it Tommy Mäki? We have people who can drive cars. Maybe it was the horrible. But okay, now we go for Yakarida future. Sorry you had to wait. Suomi. So what will be my next girlfriend like? Let's see what we have in the cards. No worries. Nobody can speak our language. Ei oikeastaan Suomi puhuu vaan suomalaista. Finnish is considered, I guess, like after Chinese, Mandarin Chinese or something, the word first. But now we go for Yakarida about the next girlfriend. Thank you. So, what would be the next girlfriend like? I think the next girlfriend for you, for me, it seems like it would be a bit of a square, as you see in movies, or it was said. Someone who is not maybe so adventurous, so kind of down to earth, I would say. And maybe someone who doesn't really know that well how to be alone. Maybe there would be someone who comes from an earlier relation straight to this, and I think you would be kind of, for some strange reason, upside down doing well. That things would go upside down for you with this person. I think that somehow, anyway, this could be in some very like I don't know why I cannot come up with a better word than upside down, but let's use a word twisted, which is probably not really the right word, but it's like in a way of like you, if you want to climb a tree, okay, I will make a stupid example. You climb a tree like hands first, head first, but in a way, if you climb the tree with your butt first, which is a terrible, I'm sorry, it's a terrible like a figure of speech, but in some way this would be still someone who would be good for you. Yeah, well, I think this also might be. Let's see what it says here. I think for you that would be something that is would not be really something that you are. Uh, you might get. It could be like a short kind of flame thing. That there would not be quite passion that would last. Like I said, it seems like it would be somehow. I don't know. Maybe you will be. Oh, maybe you will be drunk or something. You are in a some kind of strange mood when this happens, and then I don't think it would be next one. Things can of course change, and this is for this moment. But what I see is something that you might not yourself see like a long term. Okay. Yeah, well, it could be that, I don't know, in some kind of little bit like a strange mood of things. Like, uh, maybe even the person would be someone who would you would kind of never think that you would really be interested. But for some reason at the time when you meet, there's some fire and chemistry going on, but it just seems a little bit like weird. Like, you might be thinking yourself was like, what is this? So I would say something like that. But yeah, I think it would be on your part that you wouldn't see that it would be something that is very permanent. It's more like a romance. I don't know, maybe you do mountain biking and you are almost, you're high on adrenaline and you feel really good, and there's someone you meet somewhere or whatever. But anyway, it's gonna be like a bit of a weird, could be some kind of bit of a weird moment, setting, feeling, and like that. Okay, so hopefully that gives you some clarity on this. And well, the advice would be also that if it probably it doesn't work out if you're looking for a long-term thing, but you shouldn't invest too much of your emotions in it, or try to don't let it get you sidetracked. I have to take this little bit. Okay. Yeah, funny enough, people here in Finland, well, not everyone, but a lot of people drink a lot. I used to, not anymore. I have drank 3 glasses of wine in 2.5 years, and not done anything else either. But I would say that you take a card per day from the tarot deck, and you immerse yourself into that. That puts your head spinning at the best. I was on fire today with it, like not literally, but I was feeling really like now this is opening doors, like, well, not like never before, but it was really good. A really good thing. I have to say that the funniest thing, because you can make all sorts of different connections. Like I said, I was doing the Ace of Swords. I listen to metal. I like Motorhead, Lemmy, all sorts of things, and I'm kind of fine with pretty much everything. But for example, there was Ace of Swords, and their song from them is that I am the sword. Even from the lyrics of that song, I could make some kind of like, did he think about this when he was writing this? And on the other hand, today when I was making the Page of Pentacles, which can stand for a younger person or like a kid even, as well if it's a person in some reading. And anyway, I was doing that. I was thinking that the guy gets sort of like a combination from the Wheel of Fortune and the star, which will kind of create him as a compass. And then somehow I was starting to think like, hey, wait, before I guess they've been using the stars to navigate in the seas, and then they got a compass that basically you don't need the stars. So it's sort of like the stars qualities are in the compass showing where's the north, and you can navigate without the stars. So basically have the same info in the compass. And then I remembered watching Pirates of the Caribbean, and the Jack Sparrow has a compass, right? I think it shows what he likes the most, and he should follow it to get it, or something like that. It's a kind of golden looking small round thing as well. So it's funny from like Hollywood pictures, although I like Johnny Depp. I think he's a good actor and all that. And with this role of Jack Sparrow, it's really cool. But what is the role called? Oh, something that sounded like a very bad imitation of the late Sean Connery. Oh my dear Lord, or universe. So basically, connections with this is everywhere, basically. So that's really interesting stuff to do, and like I said, there was the what was for Gabriel about the, for example, giving the thing the card, which seemed to be fittingly then really well there, like the tower. So, and there was a talk about divine timing and stuff, and there's like a lightning, sort of like a divine intervention of the situation, and the tower comes crumbling down, and it can be Tower of Babel, and oh dear, there can be so many things. So I highly suggest and to make the meditations and check out the instructions from my channel in Spanish, English, many different cards, even in Finnish, some of them there. So that would be the stuff. So, but yeah, I am pretty much ready to take my dog out, because he needs to go out, and to pack the cards nicely, and I would be then coming back tomorrow with another episode of These Stone Rocks. So yeah, but we are in the north in Finland. Would be cool. Hey, by the way, if you, when you come here, if you wanna tell where you are from, that would be awesome also, basically. So there has been, what I know, there's been people from New York, America, and of course Spain, United Kingdom, Lebanon, Mexico, and like that. So that would be kind of cool thing to do, or to know as well. It doesn't really affect the interpretation, but hey, I would just like to know. Would be really nice to see, like, what kind of exotic places. Well, I guess Finland is rather exotic, depending where you are from. For me, it's nice, but it's really dark, cold, except now, like last year, I guess. It's like +10, it should be not that in November. So I don't know if it's just an anomaly or climate change or whatever it is in the end, but it seems like what I remember compared being a kid, that I think it was more cold and there was more snow, and now not so much. So all that. I would say that anyone who is watching will take, let's see, and take from here. So this is a card for you to wander upon. I think we have even a meditation for it. It's the strength. Eli voima on korttina, mitä voisi ajatella vaikka card of the day. Eli siellä on toi neiti, and there is the maiden with the lion, and the idea is that it's dealing with your shadow, or I don't know, maybe I shouldn't tell you even too much about it. Think about it, see what you can come up with, and check out our meditation, check out our channel. Hey, if you like, subscribe. I'm gonna be back tomorrow, pretty much for sure, around same time, I think before midnight, and yeah. What else? Stay safe, and don't be disconnected from others anymore, okay? See you in the future.